In this video, we will introduce writing the RMI client within the Java programming language. Our client to our remote object gets the reference or a proxy to the remote object living on the server and invokes its method to get a message. If the server object implemented java.io serializable instead of java.rmi.remote, it would be serialized and passed to the client as a value. Our client program obtains a stub for the registry on the server's host, looks up the remote object stub by name in the registry, and then invokes the sayHello method and the findUser method on the remote object using the stub. When it invokes the findUser method, it receives across the wire a user object. Let's look at our client class here. The first part of the class that we want to look at is the locateRegistry.getRegistry. First, we obtain the stub for the registry by invoking the static locateRegistry.getRegistry method with the hostname. If no hostname is specified, then null is used as the hostname, indicating that the localhost address should be used. Next, our client invokes the remote method lookup on the registry stub to obtain the stub for the remote object from the server's registry. Now we invoke both our methods. In this line, we invoke sayHello, and in the following, we call a findUser with a value of 2, representing the ID of the user. We'll have some printout lines to the console. Something to understand about invoking the method is that when the client invokes the sayHello method and the findUser method on the remote object stub, which causes the following actions to happen. The client-side runtime opens a connection to the server using the host and port information in the remote objects stub and then serializes the call data. The server-side runtime accepts the incoming call, dispatches the call to the remote object, and serializes the result, the reply string hello world or the user object, to the client. And last, the client-side runtime receives, deserializes, and returns the result to the caller. Finally, the response message returned from the remote invocation on the remote object is then printed to the system.out, as we have here and here. Now our client is ready to invoke our remote objects. This concludes our discussion of writing the client in Java.